Welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's the show that highlights Lawrence, Maury, and Giles counties, all from the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart. I'm the publisher of the Lawrence County Advocate, Main Street Maury, and the Pulaski Citizen. Here's a few things to be looking for as far as highlights go in this week's wraps, as well as this week's newspapers. In Main Street Maury, the Pleasant Mount Church has a pickleball tournament scheduled for Saturday at 4 p.m. In the Lawrence County Advocate, the Sheriff's Reserves have their day-night golf scramble. It's Saturday, also at 4 p.m. down in Lawrence County, and that's at the Dixie Oaks Golf Club. So you can get details on that in our town criers events for the Lawrence County Advocate, and you can find the community events in Main Street Maury for the pickleball tournament. Down in Pulaski, the Giles County Public Library is holding a Storytime Bubble Party, and that's Friday at the First National Bank's Community Park Gazebo. So there's just a few things going on this week that you'll find in your local newspapers. And this week in all three of your Southern Middle Tennessee newspapers, well, there's an ad featuring and highlighting the Linville's 25th Annual Blackberry Festival. And that is coming up on July the 19th. So it's a little extra week. And there's also a story on the front page of the Pulaski Citizen this week. We'd love for you to get a copy of your local newspaper each and every week, and here's how you can do it. First of all, you can get your subscription started now by calling 363-3544. That is 931 area code, 931-363-3544. There's 931-762-1726 or 615-452-4940. All of those numbers will get you to any of our newspapers, or you can visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMaury.com, or LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net to find out anything and everything you need to know to get an online or traditional subscription to your community newspaper. All right, Andrew, Chandler, Maurice, myself, we're all going to be back with wraps coming up. So hang on tight. We'll get our wrap started right now.
Hello, I'm your Main Street Maury reporter, Andrew Pearson, back from my honeymoon now and with something to show for it. Thanks to Dave Campbell, who's taken over as main reporter for Hickman County, for reporting on Main Street Maury's news in my absence last week. Anyway, it's hard to believe the year is half over already, but this is Main Street Maury's wrap for the July 9th issue. On our front page, we've got a great shot by Clint Lee of Duck River Aerial Photography of the Independence Day fireworks show put on by the city and the county. On the nights this coming Friday and Saturday, the annual Sheriff's Rodeo will take place in the arena at the county fairgrounds. Trick roper Lucas Maynard and rodeo clown Trent McFarland will be some of the main draws, along with local rodeo contestants. And for young kids, the rodeo offers amusements and free admission for those under 11. Habitat for Humanity is planning its first full-size neighborhood in Columbia. After cutting their teeth on individual units in the other neighborhoods, the Habitat org for Williamson and Maury counties has 16 houses in the works and a new street that they're paved just off of Hiawassee Drive. Both corporate sponsors and local nonprofits have contributed to the budget and construction, and the new homeowners will also help build the houses for themselves and their peers. Mayor Matt Fitterer spoke to Main Street Maury about big projects in the works for Spring Hill. Highway 31 and I-65 improvements are a good ways off since those are TDOT's responsibility, but Buckner Lane will be finished by December. June Lake will get new commercial buildings, and Legacy Point should come before the Planning Commission this summer. As for water, the city's bought the Advanced Purification Reservoir, begun to take steps for a moratorium to save its water sewer capacity, and is considering joining in the Cumberland River Pipeline project. And finally on our front page, Harvey Church of Columbia has found a new vocation late in his life, serving as a mentor for other blood cancer patients like he himself was. He was diagnosed with multiple myeloma 4 years ago and has been stabilized by treatments that activate his immune system to fight the cancer. And at the inspiration of his wife and another cancer patient who became his mentor, he's made friends or mentees with more than 40 other cancer patients, helping them through rough or uncertain parts of treatment. He's going strong and he has no plans to stop. In our other news, Columbia published its budget, which we summarized on page A2. Rebecca Malugin is the new principal of Spring Hill Middle School. Dr. Stephanie Tindall is the new principal of Joseph Brown Elementary in Columbia. The State Historical Society gave Spring Hill High's Dr. Scott Johnson a statewide award for being the History Teacher of the Year. And on our last page, Dave Campbell published photos of the 4th of July on the Columbia Square, which was celebrated as a First Friday last week. Thank you for tuning into this week's wrap, and we look forward to bringing next week's news too. We hope you enjoy the coming week and month and encourage you to go to the rodeo, the proceeds of which will benefit Shop with a Cop and other charities, and photos from it will appear in our issue next week. Thank you for your time. And thanks for reading Main Street Maury.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
The Lawrence County wrap starts this week with the Lawrence County Commission passing a budget for the 25-26 fiscal year, and Sandy Mashburn tells us all about it there to get page 1 started off this week. Also on A1, Dr. Scott Benefield and his family celebrated his return home. Carrie Stagg shares that story. She also shares the story of the Crashing for Kids Derby, which is a fundraiser for a kids' place. And finally on A1, a single vehicle wreck on June 30th claimed the life of a Loretto man. Inside, we've got information from the June Lawrence County School Board meeting, the late June Lawrenceburg City Council meeting, and the late June Loretto City meeting. A camping area fire has displaced families that were living there. A road rage incident escalated into gunfire recently. We've got some June numbers from the Lawrence County EMS. And LCHS Skills USA team has set a new medal record. We've got that story. Sandy helps us remember to focus on pet safety when the temperatures rise. Miss Virginia Blanche Riddle, ETN of Loretto, recently celebrated her 103rd birthday. Henry tells us about the Coffin Factory, and Neil Beard shares photos and information from his son David's trip to the Cathedral of Notre Dame. Well, and there's more, always more in Lawrence County Advocate. You'll find obituaries, 2 pages of puzzles. You'll find government notices, public notices, community briefs, and so much more. Make sure you pick up your copy of the Lawrence County Advocate today. It markets all across the county. You can also get a subscription if you'll hang on. Here at the end of the show, we'll tell you all about how to do that. Well, that's it for the Lawrence County Advocate Wrap this week. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Not
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
This is Chandler Harmon bringing you this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrapped. And we'll start this week with our Citizen Spotlight of Daryl Brindley. Her photo graced the spot of honor at the top and center of our front page. Also in A1, the Giles County Budget Committee has approved lowering the proposed 2025-26 property tax increase down from 28% to 16.1%. after an extensive meeting which saw multiple departments receive major cuts. The budget will be considered by the Giles County Commission later this month. The Giles County community gathered together at Sherwood Park to celebrate this year's Independence Day with Freedom Fest 2025. A husband and wife were arrested last week on trafficking charges by the Giles County Sheriff's Department. And finally on A1, this year's annual Blackberry Festival is scheduled for July 19th. This year will commemorate the 25th anniversary of the Blackberry Festival and will feature tons of music and vendors. PES Energize was awarded the Platinum Reliable Public Power Provider designation. Big Creek Winery is set to have a public event on July 12th at their Pulaski location with music and invites the public to come. Davis is this week's GCHA Pet Corner Pet of the Week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has obituary notices, court dockets, property transfers, government public notices, backward glances, fun and games, church directory, community briefs, Tennessee Valley weather, and church briefs. Well, that's it for this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrapped. We'll be right back after this.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet. ready, guys.
Call 775-7833.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, sports editor for Southern Middle Tennessee with Main Street Media. Still taking me some time to get used to all these new chores. But hey, our July 9th print editions of the Lawrence County Advocate, the Pulaski Citizen, and Main Street Maury. Not a whole lot going on in sports right now. We're coming out of the dead period for high school athletics, so a lot of our football teams and other folks that were doing some work over the summer kind of sat down for a little bit. And again, not a whole lot going on, but do check the Pulaski Citizen in print that you can get right now. Got a nice article, if I do say so myself, on Richland assistant Bill Hogue. It's a fascinating story. This guy was a former strength and conditioning assistant with the Atlanta Hawks, kind of fell into Jason Lovelace's lap, helping out with the Raider basketball program there in Linville and helping out with some other programs within the school as well. Serves as an in-school suspension teacher there. He will be heading into his 5th year, but ex-Atlanta Hawks assistant now working in athletics at Richland. You don't see that every day. Be sure and check that out in this week's print edition of the Pulaski Citizen. Again, I feel pretty good about that article, I guess maybe because I grew up watching the Atlanta Hawks as well, but it was a lot of fun talking to Bill Hogue about that. So again, check that out. In this week's Lawrence County Advocate, we've got some coverage of Summertown youth softball. They had some teams advance to state tournament play in Dixie youth softball. Get caught up on them in this week's print edition. Also, the LA Waves swim team was in action recently. See who did what over at Marshall County for the LA Waves in this week's Lawrence County Advocate. In Main Street Maury, we've got coverage of Post-19's annual Independence Day Classic tournament that took place over this past weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Get your results on the Post-19 seniors and the Post-19 juniors, both in this week's print edition of Main Street Maury. Coming up this week, again, we're coming out of the dead period. It ended at midnight, Sunday night. Monday morning. I don't think anybody was actually on the field at 12:01, though we have had that happen across Middle Tennessee on various occasions. But I think the comeback from the dead period has kind of died down a little bit. Folks have kind of gotten away from that. But all of your area football teams are at work, and we'll be catching up with them here over the next bit, so you can be sure and look for that on the websites and in print, again, in the Pulaski Citizen, in the Lawrence County Advocate, and in Main Street Maury. Got some basketball scholarships, one in particular, or one individual making their decision regarding some collegiate basketball. Check with the Lawrence County Advocate to see who and where that's taking place. Had a change atop the UT Southern baseball program as Mitch Hill has stepped down. We'll have coverage of that on the website at PulaskiCitizen.com and in print next week with Pulaski Citizen. More youth baseball out of Summertown, as they are sending or have sent baseball teams on to state tournament play in Dixie Youth Baseball action. We'll get you caught up with them. And there is a big softball camp taking place Saturday at Ridley Park in Columbia. Facilitating that will be members of the University of Tennessee Lady Vol softball team that just went out to Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series a few weeks ago, including former Columbia Central standout Savia Morgan. So see that activity taking place. We'll have coverage of that on MainStreetMaury.com and in next week's Main Street Maury print edition. That'll be for July 16th. So catch up with all of that online and in print. I'm Maurice Patton, regional sports editor for Southern Middle Tennessee from Main Street Media, and we will see you all next week.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Well, good Wednesday morning. Taylor Platt here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your latest forecast. Starting off the morning with a few showers and storms around. The more widespread showers and storms can be expected during your afternoon and into the evening hours. Still hanging on with those chances here at 7 p.m. Temperatures dropping down into the 80s. And then once we wake up on your Friday morning, cannot completely rule out a spotty shower, but we'll see more showers and storms during the afternoon and evening. 7-day forecast looks like this. Temperatures dipping down into the upper 80s with all the clouds, showers, and storms around. But by the time we hit the weekend, getting back up into the lower 90s with lower rain chances.
Hey, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper so that you don't miss a minute or a second of the coverage that we have lined up for you all across Southern Middle Tennessee. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, you can visit one website, and one website will do it all. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, information, sports, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
Bee, oh, Busy Bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy Bee, oh,
Not already, guys.
Call 775-7833.
Deep in a forest at Nashville Zoo, new creatures here for you to view. Phantoms graced in black and white swing high in trees of dappled light. In rocky crags, tall and steep, small antelopes with nimble feet. A wise old man with beard of white, a sentry perched on stony height. Amidst it all, a hunter lies, with coat of gold and steely eyes. A new adventure just for you. Leopard Forest at Nashville Zoo. Open now.